Well, I'm back again in the woods. Well, not exactly in the woods. I'm in a neighborhood with a vacant lot, and I see that there are some areas that are have bottles, glass in them. So what I'm going to do is check along here and see what I can find. You can see that if you're into Coke and stuff in that nature, this whole neighborhood's full of it, I think, especially this type of junk. I'm not interested in it, so I'm not going to waste my time, but you could see if you want it. There's Pepsis and Cokes all over here. Don't need them, so I'm not picking this stuff up. I might say I'm looking for something old. This neighborhood goes back to the 40s, so that means some of this stuff does go back to the 40s. So let me look around, see what I can find, and we'll see. Hopefully there won't be any snakes around. It's a little cold for them today. So we'll turn you on when I find some more stuff. There we go. Well, just document for the record, I'm leaving this area, and that's all they came up with is in 70s, 80s new grape. It's not a special bottle, but they're not as prolific as the Coke, so new grape, I think they stopped making it. But let's go on. There's other vacant lots around here, so I'm going to check them out, and then we'll go off to bigger and better things. Well, I stumbled across a dump that is a crazy kind of dump. It's not old, so I'm going to put that to you right now, but it does have a ton of stuff that is, I don't know. This is just stuff somebody cleaned out of an old house, and it's nothing I would collect. I mean, it's just random. There's a mug with a flower on it. I don't know. Here's a glass. You know, if these were 30 years older, 40 years older, I might be glad about it. But seeing that these are stuff that looks like it's all from the 60s, definitely, and probably all from a flea market or something that somebody couldn't sell and got rid of, and that's about what this kind of stuff adds up into. So not much to look at here, but just the chalice of love. Look at that. But that's what we got, so I'm not too impressed with it, actually, so I'm not going to pick it up. It's just a little too new for me. All of it is plastic. There's one of those. There's some kind of mug. Looks like restaurant stuff or something. It does. There's a pretty glass, but I don't need these things, so I can't pick them up. Okay, let's keep going. Just interesting little sidebar about what you find in poorer neighborhoods that don't use your dump system. They just throw their stuff away. Okay, I'm off. See you in the next find. Well, somebody came through here and did some picking, and I'm picking up what they have left. There's just a bunch of stuff in here. I don't know how old any of this is. It doesn't look too old. It doesn't look too old at all. But it's the same old stuff, just a different look. I found a few. Here's a glass. There's a jar. There's a pitcher. This here, I don't know. Mostly Cokes. There's a Fresca. Pepsi's and plates. There's an old restaurant plate. There's stuff in here which is okay, but I'm not going to collect it all. I'm just taking a few things here, so I got to be quiet. I'm right behind somebody's house. So let me pick this stuff up, and I'm going to go off and look around. So I got an HD. It's a good bottle. 60s knee high, and I don't need that Coke. They're just all over the place. Let me keep going and see what I can find. A couple of surface finds. This jar, which looks pretty cool. I don't know what it is, but it's cool. And a German Stein. This is a Stein, a German Stein style. It's nothing wrong with it. It's a good thing. I like Steins. I collect them, so I got lucky on this one. These are just on the surface. I haven't really dug anything yet. There's not much to dig, really, because it's all on the surface, most of it. People just threw their stuff in, and as you can see, it's just laying on the top. So I'm going to keep going and see what else I can get. I'm in another place now, and I'm coming up with stuff. There's a Pepsi from the 50s. It doesn't look like it's going to stay. I'll throw it over here anyway, so see if it survives. A good old Scottish whiskey. That's par for the course. This dump, I've been here several times. I always sign off on it because it's, in the end, there's really nothing really here except beer bottles. Remember, if you followed me at any point, you'll know about this stuff. It's a beer bottle. But I'm here for any caps for some of the. And this place is great for caps. It has a lot of whiskey and stuff of that nature. Here's a green bottle now. And then there's sometimes I come up. This is another dump where there's copperhead, so I gotta be very genteel about where I'm going here with this. And I don't want to disturb a baby copperhead or something. But let me find something again. If I do, I'll let you know. Well, it's been a while since I found anything. But now I found something that's worthwhile. A Rock Creek. Now, I never heard of this. Apparently, I don't know where it's from. But if I can save the pyro, it was in the sand, so it might survive. Rock Creek Beverages. Never heard of it. But it's a nice bottle. I'm going to put it in, and hopefully we'll get something else. So Rock Creek Beverages. Now, right next to it was the Canada Dry, and you could see at the red label was a local bottler stuck that on, because these are generic and whatever. So there you have something. Definitely, after all these beer bottles coming out, which are not my friends. Let's see what else might come up. We'll go back and see. Well, let me do a short little roundup of the last dig I just was on. It was cut short because of something that came up, namely wasps, hornets. I hit a nest of them while I was digging, and they bit me up pretty good, so I had to get home, get some Benadryl. Ended up in the hospital, but not for long. They just gave me some Benadryl shots. I'm really allergic to it, so That's the trouble with the hornets for me. So I always keep Benadryl with me, the tablet or the under the tongue kind of thing. So they're a dangerous thing. I'm more worried about hornets than I am with snakes. Snakes have not been bit by one at all, and you know, they're not vicious. Hornets are. But anyway, that's what cut me off. So the dig was very short. But I came up with some interesting things. I'll just review a few of them. Most of it's common stuff, and that's I got my dog here. Let me start off with some of the things I dug up. In my first hunt, I couldn't find anything really. First area I went to, I found a jar, a big round jar. If you looked at the video, you'll see I found this large jar with a brass top. Well, it wasn't very old. As a matter of fact, it's one of those, you know, Pier 1 kind of things that somebody probably bought 10 years ago, and it just ended up in the woods. So it's nothing to talk about. It's not an antique or anything. But along with that, I also found this beer stein, which is genuine. You can see it has the liter mark on there. So it was made in Germany. It has a stress, looks like, I'm not sure if there's crack in it or just a fold in the clay. For whatever reason it was thrown out, it doesn't sound like it's cracked. So it looks pretty good to me. I have no use really for it. But it's a cool thing to find. I mean, you don't generally find these things in one place or in one piece. As far as the bottles are concerned, here we got this ginger ale, and it is an H&D. This one is in real good shape compared to most of them that I find. These guys don't really survive in the ground. This was sitting in a bucket somebody had picked up. I don't know where, but you can see for hospital, home, and for general use. Property of this is a new grape bottle, and it is a local. So there you have an H&D with the old Scotsman on there. The other one that's interesting and didn't turn out. It came out out of the ground real nice, but I lost some of the. It's Rock Creek Beverages. Never heard of it. Behind here it says this bottle is scientifically sterilized for your protection. So they were really into safety there. But this is a Rock Creek. I'll look it up. It's one I've never heard of, so that's why I even picked it up. Of course, you have this the blue. What is it? Red and white Pepsi. It's really rough, bad shape, but people like them in this condition for some reason. And of course, it's a Duraglass. But as you can see, something odd about this Duraglass bottle, and it is the fact that there's no date where it should be, to the right of the logo of Owens Corning, and it has a Duraglass, but I'm guessing it's about a 51 around the time period that this dump was made. And here's a 52 on that Rock Creek. There's 52 on that, so it's about 68 years old. This one, of course, is a 60s knee-high. Actually, these are pretty popular. People like these. It's a tall 16 ounce, so they're not always that common. Other than that, oh, and last but not least, last time I found a what was the thing? What was it called? Frost King. Well, here's another one. This one is the same company as the white mug I found, Frost King, and like I said, they came in all kinds of shapes and sizes. This is a little pipkin, kind of, I don't know, soup bowl with the little handle on it. It has the depression glass kind of paint on there, and it's probably the same age as everything else, late 40s, early 50s. And that was interesting. I found another Frost King, so they're out there and pretty common, I would assume. Other than that, my whole goal there really was to look for these things, which are caps. I get them off of the older whiskey and medicine bottles, the slicks, and then I reuse them and put them in on bottles that are a little bit more interesting. Like, remember the Capadine last time I dug? Well, it didn't have a cap, and now it does, and it's a little bit more complete and a little bit more appealing for people. So that's what I use these caps for. And if you're out there looking at caps, looking for bottles, you should look for the caps too, because that's important. So to cut my dig short because of being bit by a couple of wasps, I didn't do too bad, although again, like I said, this is the nicest bottle of all of them, really. This is the most interesting one, and hopefully I'll find something. I'll get older and find some more. Other than that, that's it for now. Have a good day and have fun. Bye.